Hello and welcome to the final event of our 4th anniversary Beadbox celebration. I have 3 friends here to help me out today. Jody, Stacie, and Jenifer, thank you guys for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm excited to make with you all today. You all have the Northern Lights Beadbox. What was your first impressions as you were looking at these beads? What vibe were you getting?
I don't know what to go first. I was just surprised by it because I didn't imagine the colors in this box, and it was just so much color. Like I just had it spread out everywhere and just kind of like playing in it.
Love that. Yeah, just like a sandbox of color this month. Yeah. What's Jenifer, what stood out to you as you were starting to look at the beads?
The gemstones. I love the ruby. Is it zoisite or zoisite?
Zoisite, something like that.
Yeah, those just popped out at me right away. And so, and then everything else just kind of circled around it. So that's actually my first project.
Oh, sweet. And Stacie, what was inspiring you looking at the beads in the box?
I love check glass, so I was so excited at all the really fun check glass in there. I kept pulling them out. I'm like, oh, I like this one and this one and this one. Lots of fun check glass in there.
Sweet. Well, what we're going to do today is pretty fun. We're going to have all 4 of us over the course of this hour all make something with the Northern Lights box. So you guys get to see what 4 different designers they think of looking at the same amount of beads in the same amount of time. But like, I think these are going to all be completely different, and that's what's so cool. So I think got to make sure we introduce everyone. So Jody, would you go first? Would you introduce yourself? Where are you joining us from? And I also would love to know what's been inspiring you lately. It could be in the bead world, outside of the bead world. What's inspiring you?
I'm Jody. I'm from This Beaded Life, and what's been inspiring me lately are bead mixes. I've always loved bead mixes of all kinds, but I've been taking my own and creating my own bead mixes from past boxes and designing with them. And it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. What do you like about using a bead mix?
Just the variety of shapes. I love shapes and textures, and then joining them together. Even if I didn't think they would go together, they actually do.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love the idea of making your own too. That's a fun idea. How about you, Stacie? Would you introduce yourself?
Yeah. So hello, I'm Stacie Hecht, and I'm from Stacie Rabbit Jewelry. I'm based in Ohio. What has been inspiring me lately is a lot of the spring colors and spring flowers. So I've been really excited about using some bright, bold colors, and there were some really nice ones in this box.
I love that. That's perfect for this season. And hello, Jenifer. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you for having me today. My name is Jenifer Miller, and I'm BellaRayne Jewelry, and I am in Turlock, California. I'm in Stanislaus County, California, not too far from Sam's Bead Shop. Yeah. And what's been inspiring me lately are all the gemstones. And I'm like Stacie, I love check glass, but I am really, really leaning towards just loving gemstones. And I'm loving what we have in this box.
Sweet. Well, I don't want to take away too much time. We want to start making. So do you guys want to flip your cameras around and we'll start crafting? All right, everyone. Sorry thank you guys for your patience. And actually, I can show you what we're going to be playing around with. So I'll be the first one here. Let's see. Bring that over. So we're going to be using, if you don't know about it, our 4th anniversary box. This was the March 2025 box. Is this showing the right way for you guys, or is this backwards? Are the words backwards, or are they going the right way? I don't know if you guys can, well, folks in the comments can let me know. But yes, this is our March 2025 box. We have a new theme, new box every single month. And this one was full of colors and textures inspired by the Northern Lights. So far this month, we've been celebrating. I've already made a necklace with Sam and then a bracelet with soft flex. And so today we're going to make even more. Okay, they are backwards. All right, I got to flip my camera. All right, try that. Tell me if that everything's facing the right way now. But let me add everyone else here. Let me see. All right, I think we can see everyone's board with all of their beads. Oh, this is exciting. All right, so we are all going to be crafting and making with our Northern Lights box. I'll start by just showing everyone, and then I can spotlight folks, make your screen bigger to show off what each person's working on. But guys, take a look and see what's happening here. And I actually, Jen, you said you were going to start with a quick project. Do you want to tell us about your project first?
Yes, I have some 0.8 millimeter bead-along elasticity, and I am just taking this full strand and going to turn it into a bracelet, a stretch bracelet for me. So you can tell I love the greens, and so this is my new favorite gemstone right now. And so I'm just going to string it up, and there's no two beads that are alike. And this one here is like my favorite. Look at that green. It's so pretty. And so I'm just going to start stringing along. And I was looking to see, I'm looking for a hole. So I want to start with a bead that has kind of a nice size hole so that I can tuck in that knot. And if I can't tuck in the knot, I usually just add some jump rings, some large jump rings in between, just to kind of make a little bit of a dangle bail, and then I'll dangle something from it.
Cool. Okay, well, we get to see your tricks for stretch bracelets. And is this what you like to start designing? Do you like to start with stretch bracelets?
There's no it's really weird because when I look at a strand, a lot of times I'm not seeing what I can do with it until all of a sudden I'm bringing in this strand, I'm bringing in this strand. But with this gemstone strand, I knew exactly that it just had to sit here on my wrist. And so that was, So it just depends. And some of the strands, for those of you guys that know me out there, I don't like to bust into strands. And so, when I find a strand I like, I just tend to not do anything with it and just look at it just because I don't want to use it. Yeah.
It stays in the stash in the hoard.
Yes.
For sure.
And so
but this way, if you make it a bracelet, now you can see it whenever you want.
I know. That's what I thought, why don't I just start making a bunch of bracelets and I can just wear them rather than having them sit here just for me to stare at them. I can share them.
Yeah. Sweet. All right. I think while you get that strung up, Jody, can we take a look at what you're up to?
Absolutely.
What have you got started there?
Well, I really wanted to use this pendant. I've been wanting to use it since day one, but I didn't want to just put it on a necklace and walk away. I wanted to incorporate it with more of the colors in the box. And to me, this actually feels like I could wear this all summer because I have a lot of these colors in my wardrobe. So it would go perfect with everything I have. And since I gave my mom my other necklace that I made, I needed to make one for myself. So I'm making all these like little tassels and I'm going to string it with some beads.
Oh, I love that idea. Okay, at least for me, your camera's looking a little bit blurry. Hard to see. Yeah, it's hard. Maybe there's a way to just like tap the focus or something. Maybe just take a quick look at that.
Yeah,
we want to see all the details. All right, Stacie, I've got you spotlight in now. Will you share with us what you're thinking for today?
Yeah, so I had posted a design on the Sam's bead chat, I think this past week, and I can kind of show it to you so you can kind of figure out where I'm headed. It was this piece here with the tassel. So I was actually going to go after this with a different color. So I'm super excited. I thought these pink and blue beads were just absolutely stunning together and perfect for spring. So I'm headed toward making a tassel that I'm going to put on a strung check glass bead design.
That sounds fabulous. Yeah, when you posted your design in Gem Chat, I fell in love with that immediately.
Oh, I'm so
I love
excited.
it. Yeah. Well, if you're starting with the tassel, would you teach us how to make it?
Sure. So let me start at the beginning. So here's a confession. I have a drawer of sorry, so like it barely closes. So found a couple colors that coordinated really well with some of the really amazing check glass in here. And I cut 2 pink pieces and 1 blue piece. And you could kind of do those however you want. And the way I do the tassel is this is like about a 10, 11 millimeter jump ring. And what I do is just kind of pull those together, get them through the jump ring. And then I just center it on the jump ring. It does not need to be perfect because you can trim it all up later if you so choose, or you can leave it organic kind of looking. I normally tuck the open end of the jump ring in the fabric just for added safety. And then I take 26 gauge wire. This is actually just craft wire, which is funny because I'm a huge German style wire fanatic, but I find for this it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
And just kind of messy wrap that, a bunch of times until I'm happy with it. And that kind of gives you your tassel. I'll have to, trim these and tuck them in, but not going to show you guys that part. But then if I want my tassel, well, so first of all, I'm an engineer by training, so I'm a little anal and I need them to be even. If you want them to be organic and uneven, I think it looks cool that way too. It just does not have my personality. And then what I do is I will come in here and cut these a little bit more. Like I'll show you, like I kind of just cut them halfway up. You can cut each one in half or into thirds, and it just makes it a little fluffier. So I'll kind of show you. Just open them out. Sometimes they don't want to open out.
Oh, I see.
And you just cut them part way up so that you don't actually cut them through, but just cut them part way up, and it makes them a little fluffier.
Wow, that's so simple. I love this.
Yeah, and then let me do this one, and then I'll show you kind of what else I would do. So after I trim and kind of tuck those pieces in, I made just a little charm with a couple size 6 seed beads, 2 of the check glass beads on just a head pin. And I did this with a simple loop. So I'll just open that up and grab one of these wire wraps and then close it around that. And so you'll have a charm on here. So I will continue working on that and then string up my beads and put this on with.
Fabulous. All right, I'm excited to see what it turns into.
Yeah,
Sweet.
I do.
Jody, I'm going to put you back for a sec. Will you show us would you hold up some of the dangles? I don't know if you have one of them you've made.
Here's the center one.
Oh, cool. And so are you using, what wire do you recommend for this?
I'm actually using head pins. I have some really good the sterling silver over stainless head pins. So I'm using those.
Eye pins, head pins.
Yeah.
Nice.
Did I say head pins? I'm sorry, eye pins.
I figured that's what you meant.
But yeah. And then I'm just taking a couple out here, here and there just to make it kind of taper.
Okay. So yeah, what's your technique to like change the length of each one?
Well, for this one, I really wanted all of the top ones in the middle here to match. And I kind of wanted the pink to be in line too. And then I think that it's going to go up just a little bit. So I was just trying to I had all my beads laid out before I started putting them on head pins or eye pins. And I was just kind of imagining how it would hang on a necklace and
Yeah.
just trying to stair step it so that they would kind of fall into line. So I'm hoping that's what happens. So they just kind of fall into a line like that.
Cool. I love it. Sweet. All right, Jen, I see you've got some wire out. Tell us what's happening.
I've got some wire out. I am going to make a dangle for one of the pendants. Those are so pretty.
Right? The helix twist. I love that one.
Yes. And I grabbed some. I was able to grab some in antique copper too.
So fun.
And they are stunning. Yes. And I grabbed some of the rings in copper too. I finished my bracelet. And that's what I do to hide the knot is I just added some jump rings. I didn't nest them or anything. I just added them. And then if I want to add something later to like a middle, if I come across another bead or a pendant or something that I like, I could just add it. And so, yeah. So it's not adding like a bail bead or anything, because a lot of times I don't know if it's going to fit until after, if the knot is going to hide, but you don't even know that there's a knot in there. So,
no, I love it.
Yeah.
Love the, I like the metal touch.
Yep. So, you work with what you got. And then what I did was I took one of those, one of the crystals, and then I'm using, and here's the flip, is that Stacie and I do monthly lives together, and she's usually the German style wire and I'm the craft wire. And today I'm German style wire.
I am German style wire.
Flipped. So that's funny.
We flipped. And so I am just wire wrapping that on. I have some fine, there's Xuron crimping pliers, but I don't use them to crimp. I use them because of that fine point.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how I use them. And then I put a bead in between, and it's one of those coin beads. And I just think it looks really pretty together.
Oh, yeah. Oops. Oh, wait, we lost you. Let's see.
Then I'll trim it off. I don't trim the back, because if I trim and then go to tuck in the tail, it always ends up going all wonky. So I wait until I have a bead sitting with it. And so that's what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to do all the trimming, and I work with the long strands of wire because I have the big spools. And then I just come in and trim, making sure I don't tap into the loop. I've done that before where I've gotten a little trim happy and accidentally trimmed the loop. And then I just come in and just tuck in that little tiny end there so that it doesn't poke out. And so you're finishing it off. And then I'll do the same up here and get that tucked in. And there we go. There's the start. And then if I have to tweak the little loop around a little bit, I will. But there we go there. And then I could just build on that, and I'm going to make a necklace. I have some of the Northern Lights seed beads in both the 11-0 and the 8-0. Those are amazing. You did an incredible job with this mix, Rachel.
Oh, thank you.
It is gorgeous. And so what I'm going to do is bring in those beads too. And I'm just going to start, and this is kind of how I put my stuff together, is I will just start laying them out just like this. And then I'll start filling in the gaps. And so here I have an extra one. You never know. I might go ahead and put another dangle up here.
Fabulous. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm
So
excited to see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, I can show you guys what I've got going on here. So I showed you at the beginning that I've I've got a bracelet and a necklace, and so it feels fitting to make some earrings today. So I just want to do some quick ones. So this is what I just wire wrapped here. So I'll make the second one with you all. So I've got some wire, definitely way over a foot, and I do not know how long of it I'll actually need. But let's see. First, I want to brio wrap the bottom. So I'll make my triangle above my brio. Let's see. There we go. I think all of our nice tools are missing. Someone must have brought them to work on a project. All I have are like our old tools, making my life a little harder. All right, here I'm going to wrap around this one I left pretty short, since all I'm doing is wrapping it a few times before I cut it off. Oh, and I am using a 24 gauge wire right now. And then I just made a stack of beads, and I wanted some space between the beads that would help have a place for my wire to wrap. So I did add a seed bead between each one. I don't think I added a seed bead at the bottom. I think I just put the bicone on right away. Then an 11-0 seed bead. And I'm just gonna let it be whatever color it is. I'm not gonna match it. Then add my cube. Another seed bead. And then I ended with the little obsidian round. And I guess this is pretty similar to the kind of dangles that Jody, that you're making. I'm just using it for earrings. You're turning it into a necklace.
Oh, perfect.
Similar. Yeah. So then I just need to add a loop at the top. So the way I'm going to do it is first I'm going to wrap around right underneath the loop. And then, I could have just stopped here, cut off the extra wire, but just for a little extra decoration, I just kept going with my wire, circling around and going over each of those main beads and going in around those seed beads, just to add a little extra flair. And then here's where I'll really fill in the space and even go over my brio a little bit more. And there's my 4-minute pair of earrings. Super quick. I like it. All right. Well, that's what I've got going on. Stacie, can we head back over to you?
Sure.
Well, show us what progress you've made. It looks like you made a lot already.
So let me move stuff around. Yeah. So what I did, I'll pull this up so that I'm more on the screen. Is so I've got the tassel done, tucked in the little wires on the back. Actually, it's pretty easy to do when you have the fabric. It just kind of stick right into the fabric. I attached the little charm on, and it was giving me a little bit of trouble. I think I had a death grip on the wire when I wrapped it. And so what I actually did was just grabbed one of the wires with my chain nose pliers and just pulled it up a little bit so I could get that simple loop to go through. And then Jen,
Yes.
I hate to break it to you,
Yes.
but I actually use German style wire. Piece. So I typically use German style wire. I think if I'm using it, I want it because it's more substantial and less prone to break and get bent out of shape. So I did use 22 gauge German style wire, and I just love these little check glass pieces. So put just a size 6 seed bead on each side, and then I just laid out the super cool house made bead mix, mixed in some size 6 seed beads, as well as these little ones with the stars on them, which were perfect for this theme. And I also like these two-tone melons, and they got mixed in here too. This is great. I'm moving my and I will never remember whatever I had them in.
Would you
And
hold up the necklace? I just want to see. Maybe we can see the detail a little better.
if I could hold it up,
Yeah, though that might be hard. It's not. It's not.
You know
it's not
what?
all one.
let me do this because that's like a disaster waiting to happen.
Yeah. See, maybe I'm hoping we can focus on it, but oh,
Yeah.
there we go. Yeah. Size 6 CBs. That's, I don't know if I've ever really, I barely used those. What do you like about using them?
I use those and ADOs as spacers all the time. I think they're a great size to kind of help accentuate some of the beads in a bead mix or from a bead strand. I just think it kind of helps set them out a little bit. I know Jenifer does that too.
Yes.
Wait, okay, Jody, you are stringing things. We have to see this. My gosh, it's becoming a necklace. So wait, tell us how are you doing the stringing? What are you adding there?
Okay, so I have this silver sheen obsidian and I have the little fuchsia drops, and I'm alternating to have the drops like in between the silver sheen obsidian. So that way it's still filling in the space and it's just making like the front of my necklace like a really big focal.
Oh my gosh, yes, even more dangles. That's fabulous.
Thank you. Still not sure if it's going to line up the way I dreamed about it, but it'll be close, I think.
Yeah. I mean, it'll definitely have a curve when you're wearing it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be great. All right, so you just have a couple more to add there. Wonderful.
Yep, not too many. I'm not quite sure. I pulled these out because I'm in love with these with a little bit of gold in them.
Oh, yeah.
They're so pretty. So I think I really want to use those. So I think I'm leaning that way for this strand.
Oh, for what's going to go for the rest
afterwards.
Of the necklace? Got it. Wonderful. Jen, are you in the design phase? Have you started stringing, it looks like?
I've started stringing, yeah. So I have some Extreme Flex and I'm using some of the seed bead mix. I'm using some of the little rice barrel beads and then bringing in some from the house mix. And I am just stringing as I go along. And what I'm doing is making sure that I have the same amount so that on the other side, I'll make this symmetrical. And I'm just adding 2 seed beads in between and just adding beads as they kind of feel like they're coming to me. And I'm probably going to add chain to it so that I'm not wasting beads around my neck. That I'm just, because I never wear my hair up. And so I'm just doing that and moving right along and just adding beads as we go. And that's how I work. And then when I get down to the bottom, so what I did was I made my pendant and I have my pendant ready to go. And I made my loop a little bit bigger so that I know it'll fit over my seed beads so that so that it's not touching the wire.
Nice.
And I've never had any problems with the wire rubbing up against metal, but it just doesn't hurt to try. And this necklace is only leaving this house on my neck anyways. But
I love it. And are you matching the seed beads there? You kind of pairing them up?
Yeah, I'm sort of pairing them up a little bit, but not in any sort of order. And so I'm just matching them up and putting the 2 same colors. These colors are amazing. I just want to do a bracelet with just the seed beads.
I know. We checked a lot of colors in there. It's like when I was designing it, I wanted to make sure it was super colorful, but then I also added the black AB because it still needed to feel like it was part of the night sky.
Yeah, no, you nailed it. It is absolutely stunning. I love it.
Appreciate it. I know we include seed beads in some boxes. We try to, we mix them in every several months. Sometimes it's just like the perfect colors that we need are in seed beads, or we just think it really goes with the theme. But then some months, yeah, it's more just if you want them, we've got them on the side.
I love it because then they come in these nice large tubes.
Yeah, true. We can't fit that in a bead box. Okay, now everyone can see what everyone's mat looks like. These pieces are coming together quickly. These are going to be great. Maggie says everyone's projects are so pretty. I agree. Yeah, you guys, people are loving what you all are making.
Aw, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Jen, I also love the idea of adding chain to the back because to me that feels like a good like cheat method, right?
Yes.
Sometimes stringing just is like, all right, I'm done stringing. Let's just add some chain and speed this along.
Yes. I do like
I'm a
that.
fan. Yeah. Ooh, Jody. Okay, what pattern did you end up deciding there?
So I am using more of those little octagons. Oh, I just must not have my thing closed all the way. And so I have some more of those. So I'm going to add those to it. But I've been doing one of the larger little blue and gold beads here.
Jade, yeah.
Yes, the candy jade. And then the little octagons, this little fire polish, and then another of the silver sheen obsidian, and then just keep repeating that. When I get towards the back, it'll probably be mostly I'm a bead person. Like I love chain too, but I'm like, nope, I'm just gonna keep on stringing.
I love that. Yeah. Okay. We have both. Both options are great. So yeah, you just want to keep going and use them all up.
I do.
That's great. And you know what I'm loving about how you're stringing up? You're creating like the night sky. This is like the blacks, the midnight blues, the starry sparkles. It's like the northern lights are the center of your necklace, and then the night sky is around it. That's what I'm seeing.
Oh, what a nice story. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, Rachel.
Right? Also, your phone has become like the focus just got really sharp, and like everything is sparkling on your mat. It's so pretty.
Good. Well, good. I'm glad we fixed that.
Yeah. Oh, and I love that addition of the little drops. That's like so unexpected to me, how you added the drops in between.
I just wanted to use them so much, but I wanted them to be part of this necklace too. And I kept, messing around with it. And I'm like, well, you know what? They'll fit perfectly in between. And then it'll keep all my little dangles kind of separated out a little bit.
Yeah.
Just enough to, define each one. So yeah, it did work out really nice.
Fabulous. It's kind of like everyone's made a dangle, a tassel, a drop. I don't know, there's some similarities I see, but yet these pieces all look totally different. Very cool. Okay, Stacie, did you just add on your tassel? What's going on over there?
Oh, so I am going a totally different third way to finish my design.
Ooh, yeah,
going with Sorry Silk, which I didn't do on the one that's posted. So I will make sure to take a picture. And what I was doing there is, I know this is weird, but I always kind of measure length on myself and figure out how much I need.
Yeah.
So, and I just cut my Sorry Silk with a scissor. So, so I strung the whole piece, put my tassel on.
Mm-hmm.
And I was using just the soft flex beading wire in the fine, and crimped it. I tend to like crimp beads better than crimp tubes. They look a little better, and I don't have to mess with a battle with me in the crimp covers. So again, took another one of those 10, 11 millimeter jump rings, and it doesn't really matter too much what size you use, just so that you can get your Sorry Silk through it. And let me just show you on the other side.
Yeah, perfect.
Easier to explain from here. So I've got one here. I just take the Sorry Silk, pull it through, and then just double it over a little bit. and knew I had a piece left of the 26 gauge wire, and really just do the same kind of thing that I did with the tassel. So I kind of hold it in place with my thumb. And again, it's like not super critical that it looks nice or how many times you do it. I just do maybe 3 or 4 wraps, and I just generally pull on it to make sure it's not sliding out, which it isn't. And then come in and cut it off on the back side. And if you wrap it over your wire like this, it's actually underneath. So just trim it right there. And then basically come in and make sure nothing is poking out to jab you when you wear it. Key important part here. I just check that. So yeah, that's basically what I do. You want these to look a little neater. This one's a little funky. I just trim them.
Nice.
And then I'll do exactly the same thing on the other end. So first off, I will get these kind of lined up over here.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. I didn't know if you had made it really long to like go over your head or if you're adding a clasp to it.
I always put a clasp on, but if you wanted to put it over your head, you could totally do that.
Yeah. Oh, this
And
is,
so
I love this.
I
I
do
just gotta say,
exactly the same thing. Go ahead, Rachel.
oh yeah, I love that we're showing like 3 different finishing techniques. This is fabulous. But I also really love how by doing this, like the technique from the tassel, the wrapping around the starry silk, it's like mimicked going up the sides. Like you're kind of bringing that design element like throughout the design.
Yeah. Trying to get it all
That's
up here.
cool. Yeah, exactly. Like it just, I don't know, it feels very complete. You have it in the center, but then you also have it coming up the sides. Okay, sorry. Go back to your tutorial for all of us.
Well, I was going to
interrupted
say
you.
was I'm going to do exactly the same thing on this other end, and then just attach on my clasp. And I'll have to
Fabulous.
see. Sometimes with these bigger jump rings, I find it's a little difficult to maneuver the toggle bar. So sometimes I'll pop a 4mm jump ring in there.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Oh, well, that's coming together so well. Let's see. Jen, I want to see what's happening.
I am finishing off the necklace now, and I am going to do an over the head.
Oh,
and
nice.
So I finished it all up, and I'm just adding some paper clip chain to be the end. And I'm super stoked about this Northern Lights necklace here. It is.
Me too.
Oh my
Loving
goodness. All the sparkles. These little guys are so cute. I just absolutely love all that sparkle. So cute.
Yeah, the Preciosa crystals. It's amazing.
So I too have to do the weird thing and put it over my head to see how long I need it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I must have
So much
learned
better
that
than a ruler.
from Stacie.
Possible.
Everybody can see me on the back end what I'm doing, but okay. So
You're measuring.
I'm measuring. So here we go. I'm going to cut here. Take that off, and then I will attach. I'm attaching it directly to the chain, which is a little how I wanted, like, remember how I said I wanted the seed beads to keep it from the pendant from running on the wire, but then yet I'm attaching the wire directly to the chain.
At least you're honest.
Yeah. Okay, and then I use crimp tubes. I use the 2x2 crimp tubes from Softflex, and I use the magical crimping pliers. I love them. They are so amazing because I do not want to deal with, oh, I lost a crimp tube and all of that. I do not like dealing with crimp covers either. Oh, I see it now. There it is right there. And then I am just going to attach it, and I cut way too much off than what I wanted. If anybody watches me, I don't like waste. That's why I work from the spool. And so, but I do save all my little pieces so that in case I need to stuff, if I'm going to be stuffing the crimp tubes, if I'm making like a head pin with the crimp tubes and the soft flex wire, you need that second piece of wire. And so I save them. And then I try to get them as close as possible. However, though, if someone is standing that close to you that they can tell they're standing too close to you.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
And then I'm just going to put that in that front well. I'm going to give that a little bit of pull. Well, actually, it's only one well. And then I just start spinning it around. It's a little more tricky when you have something attached to it. But I just kind of turn it around until I feel no tension. And you can kind of tell too, because nothing spins. And then I'm going to give it a little bit of a trim because I can't pass that back through. I am going to save that little piece. Yes, I save those little pieces.
Amazing.
And there's the necklace.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. It looks like constellations, like stars in the sky. I'm loving the vibe.
So this is the constellation necklace.
Is the constellation of Jen?
Yes. Yes.
You've named a new one.
Yes. Oh, I see Lori's here. Hi, Lori. I forgot that I can look at the names.
Yeah, you can see the comments. Sure.
Yes.
I think so. Oh, that is great. I love the idea of adding 2 seed beads. I love the idea of adding 2 seed beads between each one. That's like, that's just like a little tip, but it gives it a totally different look. I'm loving it.
It separates these beads from these gorgeous beads here. And then having this little guy in between, it just, I don't know, it just flows.
That is fabulous.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, so many necklaces. 3.
And bracelets.
And bracelets, true. And I've got it in my earrings, so I got to add some ear wires later. I love this. This just shows, like, with one bead box, you can go with whichever direction you would like. Whatever, if you prefer to string or wire or sari silk, like whatever you want to add, you can do. That's awesome. I love seeing just everyone's hands working. Everyone's making. Someone was saying, oh, they just got a box. That's awesome. Yeah, we do have extras of the Northern Lights box. So you can head to the link in the description to purchase one of the extra boxes. Or if you want to get subscribed, head over to samsbeadbox.com. That way you can get the April box, which we are about to ship out next week. So people will get a whole new theme and colors to work with.
Do you still have some of your pass boxes? I know I took advantage of pass boxes here recently and grabbed an extra. Yeah. I grabbed an extra coffee, the coffee lovers.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Pretty.
Yeah, we've got extras of some of them. We had a deal on some 2023 boxes, so I know there's at least a few of those that are now sold out. But if you've got a favorite box, it's worth taking a look and see if we have any extras. We might. Stacie, it looks like it's complete. Is that right?
It is complete.
Let's see. I've got you full screen. Will you give us the final reveal?
Yeah. The tassel's like really big and fluffy. It doesn't want to stay on there. There we go.
I love that it's so big. And when you show us a little dangle on it again, give us an up close of that.
Yeah.
So you said that's just part of the wire wrapping there?
No, it's a head pin.
Oh, okay.
So it's a head pin with 2 from the house-made check glass mix, 2 seed beads, put a simple loop on there, and then just grabbed onto the wire wrapping to attach it.
Okay. Got it. Fabulous. Oh, it looks beautiful. I love that you picked out the blue and the pinks together. I
Yeah,
think
She
those are
loves the blue. She loves
Oh,
the
yeah?
blue.
I do.
Yeah.
I rarely make a piece without blue. So if you're on my page, I apologize if you don't like blue because it's overwhelming.
And Jen and Steve, you guys were saying you guys do lives every month. Will you tell us about that?
Yes. So Stacie and I met on another live, and then we decided, hey, let's get together and do a live together. And now we've turned it into a monthly theme. Back in the day when I first had my first live, I had done a live with Wendy Whitman, and we were just getting started on doing our lives together when we lost her. And I hadn't done lives in a long time, and decided it was time to get back in it. And Stacie was awesome and said, all right, I'll do that with you. And so we've been doing lives together, and I have such a good time. Like I said, we do this once a month, and
That's
yeah,
fine.
we have a blast.
Yeah, every once
what
in a
do
while
you
we do twice. Yeah, we love doing them together. It's loads of
Yeah.
fun.
Mhm.
What can people expect on them if they check it out?
You can expect a lot of chitter chatter and a lot of design, and we do a little bit of different techniques. And I don't think I've ever brought in fairy silk or sari silk or any sort of material like that. And so she handles that, and she just yeah, so she covers that base. And then I just I don't know, we just chitter chat, and we don't ever have anything in mind of what we're going to do. We just kind of just do it, whatever comes to us.
Yeah.
And it's so much fun.
And then you're beading with friends.
I'm beading with,
Together.
and it's actually, I called it designing with friends.
Yes, it is
Oh.
actually designing with friends.
I didn't realize that. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's great. And is that on Jen? Is that on your channel? On both
Yes.
your channels?
Yes, it's on my channel, and we are doing an extra live because we had so many beads. So we're doing an extra live on April 11th, next Wednesday, or next Friday.
Yeah, a week from today.
Yep.
Oh, with the Northern Lights box?
No, we are going to be working with Ombre Collection from a fellow. You guys do your summer markets, or you did it some sort of market with Jesse James beads and soft flags. And so we just bring in whatever we can bring in. And Sarah has been sending us bead mixes and strands to work with. And so we've just been bringing those in, doing different techniques. We'll do wire wrapping, we'll do sari silking or sari ribboning, and we have a blast.
Oh, that's great. I love that.
Yes. We have Miss Colleen that does the moderating for us because I'm not good at that. And yeah.
You got a good team. I love it.
Yeah, it's all really come together really, really nicely.
Yeah. Jody, did you finish your necklace?
I did, and I'm finishing up a pair of earrings too. I thought I'd make a pair of earrings real quick. But here's
I thought the same thing, Jody. You have to have earrings that match the necklace, right?
Yeah. So here's the front of it.
Wonderful.
Oh, how pretty.
And then I ran out of some beads, like down here. But I'm like, you know what? No one knows that I ran out of those beads.
Nope.
Just keep on going. Oh, and I love watching your lives together, Jenifer and Stacie. They are so much fun.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. That's very sweet of you.
I don't like to miss lives. They're always fun.
Yeah. And then what are you doing for the earrings there?
Oh, yeah. So I took some soft flex beading wire in the lapis color, and I cut a 5.5 or 5 3/4 inch strand, which is too much, and then a 4. And I made 2 little strands, and I crimped them together up here, made a loop. So it's actually like, I can show you in a minute, but it's actually like 3 strands going through the crimper when I bring one back around. And I just put a little crimp bead at the bottom and crimp it. And then you just have two little dangles hanging from an ear wire.
Fun. Yeah. I'd love to see how you make. Yeah. Would you show us the other one?
Yep. So about I use my crimp beads. I like crimp tubes the best, but I use my crimp beads for when I do anything like this because they just seem to hide really well without having to use, you know, a crimp cover because everyone does not like using a crimp cover. So I just take my little crimp bead and I just crimp it down. And then I can string on my beads that I'm using. I have a couple of the fire polish and some of the little metal spacers and the amethyst. And then I love these.
Oh yeah, the twist diamonds. They're fun.
Yes, I love them. They're so cute.
They are so pretty.
Oh, I'm missing a bead. I'm gonna have to. Did I not count my beads out right? Let me see. Let me grab them really quick here.
Or it wandered away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
happened.
Oh no, I did. I did do it right. Yeah, okay. I'm just looking at the wrong strand. That's all. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not the right strand. I swept my floor today. Speaking of beads that wander,
Oh no.
I found so many beads. All underneath like the desk and underneath like all the like I have a stand behind me that I put stuff on. They were all like gravitating underneath there, like a little colony.
So did you make a floor bead soup out of it?
I did. I actually did put them in like a little dish. So I'm gonna just keep it like that, and then I think I will just make a floor bead soup eventually.
There you go, bead mix.
All right, so I put both strands through my crimp tube, and it's a 2x2 crimp tube, or number 2 crimp tube, I should say. And I'm just making sure both my strands are pulled through there evenly. And I'm sticking my longer one back through that crimp so I can make a loop out of it. It's a kind of a tight squeeze, but once you get it started, it goes through pretty easily. At least the other one did, the one that I didn't do on camera.
Oh, of course.
That one went through really well.
Pretend we're not here.
Oh, the pressure. There it goes. Okay.
Fabulous.
And then just kind of pull it down. You have to do a little finagling with it once you get it in there, but you pull it down, you can make your loop. I'm trying to get it the same size as the other ones and also reposition them. But just kind of pull it down till you get the size you want, which is right about there. And then I'm going to crimp it over the 3 wires. And then we can cut off our little extras.
Okay, so you only need to use only one of the strands becomes a loop, but it's all going through there.
Yep.
See.
And then you just put your ear wire on it and you're done.
Fabulous. And then it matches the necklace. You got more dangles.
More dangles.
Stacie, did you say you're also adding a pair of earrings?
I have one earring. Here.
That's all you need, right?
1.5. 1.25 maybe.
Fabulous. Fun.
Yeah, so you really just use some simple loops on the bottom one is on a ball head pin, and then the rest are just with German style wire that I've just made some simple loops with.
Yeah, that's a great match.
Yeah, I thought it was fun.
Do you guys, when you're wearing jewelry, do you tend to wear sets? Like, do you is that what you like to wear? Do you like to mix and match? What do you do?
I like sets.
It really depends.
Jen, what was that?
Mainly for me, it's bracelets, and then I'll have like one necklace that I wear all the time.
Yeah.
And the one that I wear is actually a Danielle Wicks one that she did for you guys with the tube. It was
like the herringbone tube maybe, or
yeah, and it's this one. No,
you
not
got
that one. Let's see. Yeah, because I wear it all the time. This one.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, I remember that kit. That was like one of the first projects we collabed with Danielle on.
Yeah, and I absolutely love it. It is my go-to. I wear it all the time.
Awesome. Wait, and show us what's going on there?
I am making a pendant, and I am just randomly adding beads and seed beads, and I'm going to fill up all the inside with beads and seed beads. And so I'm using the mix, and I'm using some of these gorgeous, these are fire polish beads, aren't they?
Yeah, with 3 different colors in them.
Yes. And so I'm using those. And then I don't know, I might wire wrap a few of these little guys around inside as well. We'll just see. That actually would go right there really well. Yeah. So so it's just kind of a random. And yeah, so I've been playing with, thank goodness everybody can't see what I'm doing when like Jody's screen was up, because I've got this ridiculously long strand of wire, and every once in a while it catches and then seed beads go everywhere. And
oh my gosh.
I have wall-to-wall tile. So when I lose a bead, I find it like 3 rooms down.
It just keeps bouncing.
It just keeps on going. I'm like, there's that bead. I knew I had that one bead. Because how do they just disappear?
Yeah. Oh, that's great. All right. Well, we are winding down here. And well, this is even more than I could have hoped for. And in this hour, we have made 3 different necklaces, some earrings, a bracelet. This is so much inspiration in an hour. This is incredible. Thank you. Thank you all so much for doing this.
Thank you.
Thanks. This was fun.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun.
Fabulous. Well, I hope folks will check out Sam's Bead Box. Every month we come up with a new theme and curate a whole selection of beads. And then we love to do classes with many fabulous designers to get you inspired, because the box is open-ended. You got to make whatever you would like with it. But we know that means sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of help along the way. So if you make anything inspired by today, please head over to Gem Chat and post a photo. Will you guys post photos of these finished projects there too?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Fabulous. All right. Well, that is the end of our class today. I hope everyone has a fabulous weekend, and we'll talk to you all later. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
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 Bye.